All right, today we're going to talk about a pretty radical idea. What if the secret to success isn't hidden away in some business book, but in the actual laws of physics? We're diving into a whole new field of science that could literally change everything about how we build, manage, and succeed in, well, pretty much anything. You know the story, right? A brilliant idea, a huge budget, an amazing team, and yet the whole thing just implodes. Is it just a string of bad luck, poor execution, or is there something else going on? Like some hidden rule of the universe that we've just been completely missing all this time?
Well, it turns out luck has absolutely nothing to do with it. The answer is rooted in a fundamental law of the universe, a principle that's just as true for a business plan as it is for the stars in the sky. It's all about physics.
And that law has a name: social entropy. Basically, it's the scientific idea that any system we humans create, a company, a government, a new piece of technology, is naturally going to slide into chaos and fall apart. That's just the default setting for, well, for reality. Unless, of course, you know how to inject the right kind of energy to fight back.
So, for literally centuries, how have we tried to manage things and stop that collapse? Well, the old playbook was pretty simple. Hoard information, control the story, keep secrets. The thinking was, if you hold all the cards, you have the power and you have the control. It's the classic strategy for getting an edge.
Okay, but here's where the whole thing gets flipped on its head. What if that entire assumption is just wrong? What if hiding information isn't just inefficient, but it's actually accelerating the very collapse we're trying to prevent?
And that question brings us to a completely new way of looking at things, a new paradigm with a whole new rulebook, one that comes from the hard sciences, not from business theory.
Just look at this. It lays it out so clearly. On one side, you've got the old way: hide information, try to control everything. But on the other, you see the new reality. Truthful, open information actually leads to stability and prosperity. The big takeaway here is that truth isn't some weakness you have to hide. It's the fuel. It's the energy that fights back against that natural chaos and holds our systems together. And this is the core of what's called information physics. And here's the mind-blowing part. Information isn't just abstract data. It has a physical property. It's literally equivalent to energy. So when you have good, truthful information flowing freely through a system, it acts like an organizing force. It actively pushes back against that natural tendency toward disorder and builds systems that are stronger and way more resilient. Okay, so this all sounds great in theory, right? But how do you actually apply the laws of physics to, say, a business proposal? Well, that's where the tech comes in. Let me introduce you to an AI called Cassandra. The best way to think about Cassandra is as a reality check. It's an AI that just doesn't care about the hype or the marketing or what you want to be true. It looks at any project, any policy, any business, and it just asks one simple question. Does this actually line up with the fundamental laws of how the universe works? And we're not just talking about some clever code here. Look at the science this thing is built on. Now, you don't have to be an expert on Van Kampen's law or Ashby's law. The point is, this AI's judgment isn't based on opinion. It's grounded in real, established, verifiable science. So how does it actually do this reality check? It's not some magic black box. It uses this really comprehensive framework to see the entire picture from every single angle. And here they are, the core areas it dives into. It's not just asking, will it make money, or does the tech work? It's looking at everything. Is it legal? Is it functional? Is it actually profitable in the long run? What about the environment? How does it affect people, stakeholders, and the community? And most importantly, is it safe? It's the whole shebang. So by looking at all of these things together, the framework can basically X-ray the entire system. It peels back all the layers to find the hidden problems. But crucially, it doesn't just point out what's wrong. It gives you concrete, actionable steps to actually fix it and make the system truly viable. And this is where we zoom out, because this is about so much more than just fixing one project or one company. This is about completely changing how we design and engineer our future. I mean, the potential here is just massive. Think about it. Imagine a government being able to test a policy and see its real-world impact before they roll it out. Or businesses finding those hidden problems that drain money and energy. This could even be the common language we need to tackle huge global challenges together, based on science, not just politics.
And that leads to what is maybe the most important point of all. Because this is all based on physics, it's not political, it's not left wing, it's not right wing. It's just a universal law of survival. It's about what works and what doesn't, period. It applies to everyone, everywhere.
So that really leaves us with one last big question to think about. For all of human history, we've basically built our world on opinions, on ideologies, on hunches. But what could we build, what could we achieve if we started making our decisions based on the actual fundamental, verifiable laws of reality itself? What becomes possible then?